The draft has finally begun. So, how'd everybody do on day one?
I love it. I think Derek Stingley is probably one of the best defensive players in the draft. Not just cornerbacks. I'm talking about best defensive players.
We won't know for a few years how each of these picks will have turned out, but report card season in the football world is never too premature. We present our draft grades for all 32 first-round selections of the 2022 NFL Draft. Number 1, Travon Walker, Jacksonville Jaguars. B+. We would have given the Jaguars an A+ if the pick was Aiden Hutchinson. He's more of a sure thing to succeed than Walker, but we can't hate on the decision to bet on upside. If Walker comes as advertised, the Jaguars will have found perhaps the best defensive player in franchise history. Walker and Josh Allen give this otherwise lackluster defense a lot to get excited about. Number 2, Aiden Hutchinson, Detroit Lions, A+. The Lions got the most polished and NFL-ready defensive player in this draft, and they didn't even have to pick first overall. No complaints from us. Detroit has lacked a true game wrecker in the trenches since Ndamukong Suh left in 2015. The Michigan product changes all of that, and gives the Lions D a long-term piece to build around. Number 3, Derek Stingley Jr., Houston Texans, B. We would have liked Houston to have gone with Ahmad Sauce Gardner or one of the big 3 offensive linemen here. Stingley will be elite if he stays healthy and plays like his 2019 self, but that's one big if though. In an ideal world, Houston would have traded back a few spots to land Stingley. But like the Travon Walker pick, you can't be too critical when someone bets on ultra-high upside. Number 4, Ahmad Sauce Gardner, New York Jets, A+. We had Gardner in this very spot in several mock drafts. Gang Green needed a 5-star defensive back, and they come away with a guy who didn't allow a single touchdown in coverage during his time at Cincinnati. Gardner will single-handedly change everything about a defense that finished dead last in both yards and points last season. This may be the best pick of Joe Douglas's career. Number 5, Kayvon Thibodeaux, New York Giants, A-. He's a boomer bust guy. But if it's a boom, then the Giants will come away with perhaps the best player of this class. The pass rusher was a major need for the G-men, so they had to take one here or at number 7. Fine by us that they took Thibodeaux with the top pick. Number 6, Ikem Akwanu, Carolina Panthers, A+. We have to credit Carolina for avoiding the temptation to take a QB. The offensive line remains just as bad as the QB situation, and Akwanu is a nasty pass blocker who will make life that much easier for Carolina's next signal caller. Number 7, Evan Neal, New York Giants, A+. We aren't thinking of ourselves as being too generous here. It just so happens that the teams that picked in the top 7 mostly hit home runs, or at least triples. Like we said, the Giants had to go O-line and pass rusher at 5 and 7. It didn't matter when. We didn't expect Neal to be here for them at number 7 though. New York gets arguably a top 3 prospect in this class here. That is some great value. Get excited, Giants fans. The future actually has some promise for once. Number 8, Drake London, Atlanta Falcons, B-. Atlanta has holes all over the roster, so it was fascinating to see where they'd go here. Maybe they should have addressed the defense, but you have to understand the decision to go receiver here. Let's put it this way. London, Kyle Pitts, and Cordarrelle Patterson will make life a lot easier for Marcus Mariota, even if the latter isn't Atlanta's long-term QB. Number 9, Charles Cross, Seattle Seahawks, A+. Bada boom, baby! This is how you use a top 10 selection. You take a 5-star prospect who probably deserved to go way earlier. Too bad Seattle didn't have Charles Cross for the Russell Wilson days, but anyway. Life is that much easier now for Drew Lock or whoever Seattle lines up behind center. Cross will most certainly be a star. Number 10, Garrett Wilson, New York Jets, A. We understand the disappointed Jets fans who wanted Jameson Williams here. The bottom line is that New York had to get a weapon for Zach Wilson, and they come away with a top 3 receiver in this class. Now, the supporting cast looks scary good for the Jets QB. Wilson has to improve in year 2 now, right? Number 11, Krusolave, New Orleans Saints, A. Lost track of how many times we had Olave go into the Saints in our mock drafts. We obviously didn't project them to move up to the 11th spot for him, but hey, the bottom line is they got their man. This burner and dynamic red zone weapon finally ends NOLA's long-term search for a capable number 2 draft to line up beside Michael Thomas. Number 12, Jameson Williams, Detroit Lions, A-. We're not sure if the Lions needed to give up this much to move up, but hey, Williams is a future superstar who will do wonders in that Detroit offense, regardless of who's behind center. Williams, TJ Hawkinson, and Amon-Ra St. Brown give Jared Goff not 1, not 2, but 3 explosive pass catchers. This is gonna be a fun group to watch. Number 13, Jordan Davis, Philadelphia Eagles. C. The first pick that we didn't exactly love. Trading up for a defensive tackle this early? Everyone knows what Davis is. A potent one-man run-stopping machine who can take away 2 blockers all on his own. But there isn't much to offer as a pass rusher, and better prospects were available here. But if Davis reaches his ceiling, the Eagles have their long-term replacement for mainstay Fletcher Cox, who's nearing the end of his playing career. Number 14, Kyle Hamilton, Baltimore Ravens, A+. Love this pick 100 times over. Hamilton should have been a top 5 pick, but hey, teams simply don't value safeties that much. Hamilton is the do-it-all one-man wrecking crew, and he's only joining a star-studded secondary that features Marcus Williams, Marcus Peters, and Marlon Humphrey, 3 renowned ball-hawking sensations. Seriously, how are opponents going to throw on this defense now? Number 15, Kenyon Green, Houston Texans, B+. Good move for Houston. They had to get at least 1 offensive lineman in round 1, and they come away with the man who is widely viewed as the best interior lineman in this class. Green and Laramie Tunsil give the Texans 2 franchise cornerstone players on the O-line. A job well done by GM Nick Caserio here. Number 16, Johan Dodson, Washington Commanders, B. Washington traded down via New Orleans and thus passed on Krusolave and Jameson Williams. Maybe this was a little early for Dodson, but as we said time and time again, the Commanders had to prioritize upgrading the supporting cast around Carson Wentz. Dodson, Terry McLaurin, and Antonio Gibson will certainly suffice as Wentz's go-to guys. Number 17, Zion Johnson, Los Angeles Chargers, A. The Chargers had to get another offensive lineman for Justin Herbert. They happily settle on the Boston College product who will slot in nicely with Pro Bowlers Corey Linsley and Rashawn Slater. The other side of the O-line is shored up with Johnson in the fold. No more legitimate glaring weaknesses on this offense. Number 18, Treylon Burks, Tennessee Titans, C. Sorry, but we would have just paid superstar A.J. Brown what he was worth. The Titans didn't do that, however, dealing away Brown to the Philadelphia Eagles in exchange for this selection. If Burks ends up being as good as Brown, or even better, then hey, that is perfect. But a team that's in win now mode should be paying a top 10 receiver in the game, no? Fair or not, Burks is going to have to produce early and often to justify this move for Tennessee. Number 19, Trevor Penning, New Orleans Saints, A+. Another pick that we just kept slotting in on our past mock drafts. The Saints got the best defensive tackle left on the board, thus finding a cheaper and much healthier alternative to Terron Armstead. A beautiful draft day by GM Mickey Loomis. He filled the team's 2 main voids, receiver and offensive tackle. Number 20, Kenny Pickett, Pittsburgh Steelers, B+. This was a big-time win for the Steelers. They didn't even have to move up to get the most NFL-ready QB prospect in the 2022 class. And Pickett, who played college football at Pittsburgh, needn't switch real estate agents either. He's going to a first-class organization, and with Mitch Trubisky signed, the Steelers don't have to rush Pickett's development. Number 21, Trent Mcduffie, Kansas City Chiefs, C+. Kind of wanted KC to go receiver here, but moving up for a rock-solid lockdown cornerback, well, things could be a lot worse. McDuffie will instantly upgrade a Chiefs secondary that has been vulnerable against the deep pass for quite some time now. Number 22, Quay Walker, Green Bay Packers, B. Call this a luxury pick for the Pack. They already have 2 stud pass rushers in Preston Smith and Rashawn Gary. But hey, newsflash, you can never have too many good pass rushers in today's NFL. The Packers always seem to hit on defensive players they take in round 1. Another special weapon for one of the league's top defenses. Number 23, Cair Elam, Buffalo Bills, B+. Buffalo needed another standout corner to complement Tre'Davious White, especially considering all of the high-powered offenses in the AFC. The Florida product should flourish right off the bat in Leslie Frazier's defense. Number 24, Tyler Smith. Dallas Cowboys, C+. It may have been a bit of a reach, but Dallas had to address the offensive line after losing La'el Collins and Connor Williams in free agency. Smith will need time to develop, but playing alongside Zach Martin and Tyron Smith should make life a lot easier. Number 25, Tyler Linderbaum, Baltimore Ravens, A+. Why take a QB at number 14 overall when you can get a world-class offensive lineman later? The Ravens got the top center in this class, a man who could have been a top 10 pick if only teams desperately needed centers. Nobody seems to constantly score better round 1 value in the draft than Baltimore. Linderbaum and Ronnie Stanley will give Lamar Jackson 2 long-term stalwart pass blockers. Love this pick. Number 26, Jermaine Johnson II, New York Jets, A+. Great value here for Gangrene. Mr. Douglas traded up for a guy that many expected to go in the top 15. The Jets have needed a game-changing pass rusher for quite a while now, and Johnson is capable of filling that void. Number 27, Devin Lloyd, Jacksonville Jaguars, A-. Surprised to see Lloyd fall this far, but the Jaguars won't complain. If he and Trayvon Walker reach their full ceilings, the Jaguars will have 3 bona fide stars in the front 7, along with Josh Allen. Hey, defense wins championships, right? Number 28, Devontae Wyatt, Green Bay Packers, B. Did we ever want a receiver here? I mean, yeah, Wyatt's a first-round talent, but shouldn't the Packers feel happy enough with what they have on defense? All we can say is that it's stunning to see Green Bay pass on wide receivers in round 1. Again, Aaron Rodgers' individual performance takes a huge hit, but at least the Packers are even more loaded on defense. Number 29, Cole Strange, New England Patriots, D. Questioning Bill Belichick is always a dangerous game, but this one just really surprises us. Why are they reaching for a guy they could have easily gotten in round 2? And the offensive line isn't exactly New England's biggest weakness. We've got questions, Bill. Number 30, George Karlaftis, Kansas City Chiefs, B+. We like George Karlaftis the player, we're just surprised the Chiefs, like the Packers, passed on a receiver twice here. Anywho, we'll trust Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes to figure it all out. Karlaftis was projected by many to go within the top 20, so he should slot in nicely beside Frank Clark and veteran stalwart Chris Jones. Number 31, Daxton Hill, Cincinnati Bengals, B+. Tyler Linderbaum was long gone, and there weren't any can't-miss offensive linemen here. So we don't mind the Bengals' decision to upgrade a secondary that often struggled against potent offenses last year. Hill and Jesse Bates could be the NFL's top safety duo in 2022 and beyond. Number 32, Louis C., Minnesota Vikings, A-. This one works out just fine. Thank you very much. The Vikings had to get a playmaking defensive back to improve an atrocious secondary, and Cine should fill that role nicely. Cine had 9 pass defenses in his final season at Georgia, and it certainly doesn't hurt to have veteran Pro Bowler Harrison Smith mentoring Cine along the way. But which team do you think had the best performance in round 1 of the 2022 NFL Draft? Join us in the comments section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.